Video 3 in the series on YAVA, we're just going to concentrate on this mixer section here, which is not the most conventional of sections that you find on a plug-in instrument, but one which is useful in the context of the instrument, in that I've managed to use it also as to route audio and to do some control voltage type things on here as well. Very simply, starting from the bottom to the top, you've got the levels for the 5 sound sources. We have oscillator 1, oscillator 2, oscillator 3, first two being the unison oscillators, the third one being the spectral oscillator. Then we have a noise source, which is a separate oscillator that's you can see up here just about in oscillator 1 section. And then the last slider here is for ring mod. And ring mod is switchable between any of the other sound sources, so that you can have ring modulation between oscillators 1 and 2, 1 and 3, noise and oscillator 1, or so on and so forth. And also the oscillators can ring modulate themselves, if that's an effect that you want to try and use. Above the level controls here we have pan controls. Above those we have the routing switches that we can route directly bypassing the filters. You can route to filter 1, or you can route to filter 2. There's also send and returns for phaser and ensemble effects. These have a send control at the top for each channel. They have an overall return level here, but each of those effects, the ensemble and the phaser effect, has their own routing switch on the device. So what that means is you could have the sound from oscillator 1 going through filter 1, but the ensemble send and return will go directly bypassing the filter, which is obviously useful sometimes when you want to get a slightly different timbre from the normal. So let's just quickly demonstrate what goes on here. If I just bring up the level on oscillator 1, nothing too special going on there. The difference with this mixer is that the mixer level for oscillator 1 and the pan, both of these controls can be voltage controlled by the LFOs or the ensemble, or in fact any of these sources down here, modulation sources down here. And a quick way to demonstrate that, although I'm not sure you hear it too effectively without a stereo mic, is if I take the pan control for oscillator 1 and down on the, you can't see it at the moment, but down on here I'll use LFO 1 to adjust that pan level, and now if I play that same chord, so I'm not too sure if that would have come across in the video, but there what that was actually doing was dynamically panning the signal from left to right. And of course, as you have all these different control sources and you have the different channels there, just from a stereo perspective you can set up some really interesting effects with this synth. Also worth mentioning that everything after the oscillator section on this synth is in stereo. All the filtering is in stereo, all of the effects, all of the other signal routing is full stereo. So all in all, there's the mixer section. Quite powerful, although quite a conventional layout.